So today I'm going to share with you the top five books that completely transformed and changed my life, which allowed me to quit my 9 to 5 job, work for myself full time, transform my entire life, the way I see the world today, how I attracted so many amazing people in my life, amazing amounts of wealth, and all areas of my life, and literally how I step outside the door. It comes down to literally these books because I truly believe that leaders are readers, and if the more information that you can feed your mind, the more action you can take in your personal development and doing the internal work and learning from mentors who walked the path hundreds of years ago, then the more you'll have some start changing. And the key thing here is taking the action steps. And I want to take you through each and every single one of these books quickly and just let you know the power and the importance of each of these books because this has transformed, changed millions of lives, and I'm one of them today. So the first book that it gets me emotional sometimes. I have it here right now. Here's a copy. This book I picked up 9 years ago. 9 years ago, and this is the same copy that I used to take to my job every single night because I used to work in nights. And it's funny, right? I have been through this book in both identities, in both realities. I work for somebody, now I work for myself, and I'm still holding it right now in my hand. So this is a Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book completely woke me up. It opened up my mind. It really, really allowed me to see life differently immediately as soon as I finished reading this book. I just started to question life. I no longer want this anymore. I want to live my best life and I want to start experiencing the best of the things in this life, because life is short. We don't know how long we've got left. This book allowed me to make decisions, allowed me to step outside my comfort zone, allowed me to make the decisions in moving forwards in my life that I need what I needed to do to start that business, to hire those mentors, and more importantly, it taught me to take responsibility and really start running my life as a CEO because you are the CEO of your life, whether if you know it or not, whether if you work for somebody or not, you already are. And whether if you think you're gonna win or lose, you are right. You are right. And that's the most powerful thing is going through the laws of success. And if I open this book right now, I even have some pages that are ripping out. I've read this book at least 6 or 7 times. I highlight things that I read, and it gets me emotional because I was reading this book when I used to be tired in my 9 to 5, not happy, not making the money that I wanted to make, and things weren't going for me. And today I have this right now, and I'm so grateful that I picked up this book. So, Think and Grow Rich would like to start thinking more about success, even though doings are important. And this book will allow you to be conscious of really, really embodying the laws of success. That you have to be persistent, you have to be consistent, you have to take action, you have to get around the right people, you have to start making the decisions now. You have to start showing up for your future higher self. And this book is going to allow you to start transforming and changing the person that you need to be in order for you to become successful. So this book is a complete life changer. If you haven't read this yet, got to get this now. It's super important. The next book in the right order, I'm showing in the right order because I still remember the books that I was reading when I was on my 9 to 5, not happy with life and things weren't going my way. This was the next book that I picked up because I needed to learn about money. I needed to learn about money, finances, how the finance work, and I've noticed that all my life I was buying liabilities. So Think and Grow Rich is a small copy I have in my pocket right now. My bigger books are in my other library, my other place. But this is something that I have in my pocket time to time. And this taught me about assets and liabilities. So I had no idea that I was buying into liabilities all my life. I was focused on things that's taking money out of my pocket. But this book started to teach me about assets. It started to teach me about how I can become a business owner, an investor, how I can start making my money grow. Just starting small, right? Even if I had this $100, $50, I can start small habits and it'll compound over the years. So this book completely transformed and changed my life. As soon as I started to have that paycheck that came in, I started to pay myself first. I didn't focus on paying everybody else first. I used to start paying myself first. I start saving money, to start saving 10% of my income every single month. And this allowed me to invest into coaches, mentors, and businesses so that way I can start growing my income, growing my knowledge, and moving forwards financially and not keep staying the same. So, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm sure you heard of this. It's definitely good to read this a few times, but this taught me about assets and liabilities and being the business owner, I think the quadrant, and why it's very important that money works for you as you're building towards making that happen. And this book's a life changer. and allowed me to be conscious every single day of how my money works, my money habits, so that way I'm always moving forwards every single day. So this book changed my life completely as soon as I started reading this. The third book, it means a lot to me, emotionally, spiritually. This started my spiritual journey. This allowed me to really, really become present, gratitude, meditation. The monk who sold his Ferrari by Robin Sharma. This book, oh my goodness me, I can't tell you how much I love this book. This is one of the best books I've read, and I can keep reading this book. But this book taught me about calmness, relaxation, being present, gratitude, spirituality, energy, and more importantly, really being conscious of my inner state every single day, because that is the key thing here, is making most of who you are in every single day and being present. So this book taught me about being present, being grateful, appreciative of all that I have right now, even though I'm striving towards X, Y, Z, even though things is chaotic right now, circumstances may not be going my way right now. But this book really taught me that I can change and snap out of any situation immediately, right away, and that I have to make the most of every single day, because I don't know if tomorrow's not promised. So this book taught me about, if tomorrow was not promised, then what would you give for today? So if tomorrow wasn't promised, what would you give for today? How would you love those ones around you? How would you take action? How would you take care of your body? This is super important. And as soon as I started reading this, I started to reclaim my power. I started to make most of every single morning. As soon as I got up, I was in gratitude. I was grateful that I woke up, that my foot touched the ground, that I am awake, I'm alive. A lot of people didn't make it today, but I did. I have another chance. I have another 24 hours. I can start making things happen. So the monk who sold his Ferrari, it's about transforming your inner game, being grateful, and connecting you to, your spiritual self. Amazing, life-changing book. I could read this again and again. Completely transformed, changed my life. The next one, because I was a shy person, I needed to start networking and start getting myself out there a little bit, start talking to people because I was very shy. But this book, as soon as I picked it up, I started to understand how I can start unlocking more doors within me to start having the right people around me, because I was around the wrong people. I need to get myself around the right people because I was very shy. I was in my comfort zone. So this book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Amazing book, life-changing book. This book taught me about how I can start, attracting the right people in my life. How can I start communicating the right way to people? How can I start, getting people to listen to me? How can I start being conscious of my inner self, and how can I start changing who I need to be in order for me to start going out there and start expressing myself more, putting myself out there, step into my confident version. This allowed me to manifest lots of clients, meet a lot of great people that I've dreamed of meeting. And this book's going to open you up so much. As soon as you start focusing more on developing who you need to be. And yeah, this is an amazing book. I loved it a lot. But the reason why I pulled this out is because it's very important that you start being the one that can manifest and attract those, who you actually want to manifest and attract without putting much effort in. And if I'm just scanning this right now, I can see the parts that I've highlighted, and just quickly going through the chapters right now, I can just tell you right now which one that impacted me the most from this book was how to really deal with people. How to deal with people, because I had no idea how to deal with people. I had no idea how I can start, be interested in other people. How can I start, making people like me? Because I didn't know if people would ever like me, right? And that's the most important thing, is how can I learn to be the one that's now being a magnet? This book will teach you all that stuff. Very powerful book. The last book is funny, it's the same author. And for me, I actually picked this up from one of my family members. And this was something that was really impacting my life in a negative way. It was constantly worrying about the future. Kept worrying. When's this gonna happen? What if this doesn't happen? This dream life that I'm trying to build. So this book is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Same author, Dale Carnegie. Completely transformed, changed my life. This book is another amazing book. This book taught me about, again, being present and stop worrying. I kept worrying so much, so I needed to learn how I can stop worrying and just start living in the now. So it's very similar to the other books that I read, but how can I start, just really believing and trusting myself in the now and stop worrying? Because worrying is praying for things that may never happen. 90% of the things that you worry about never happen. So it's a total waste of time and energy. It may never happen. So why are we putting our energy towards the worry? And if this worst case scenario is going to happen, we have to stop thinking this way and stop giving energy to that. So that way you're giving more energy towards the now, the present, because tomorrow doesn't exist and yesterday is gone. So this is another book about being present so that you stop worrying and you really, really learn deeply and become conscious of the power of the now, which is another great book. But this really, really shares with you how you can, find your mental peace, happiness, your health, and more importantly, be in control of all areas of your life and really, really create a new version of you that stops worrying. This is an amazing book. So I've read hundreds of books over the years, but these are the top 5 that I picked out. That every time I look at my library, these are the ones that really touched me the most, as well as a few others as well that I truly love. But you've got to start reading. Start reading, and this is a strategy that I learned was the 30 30 30. So you read for 30 minutes a day, you do it for 30 days consistently, and 30 minutes you can also listen to like a podcast, right? That also adds more towards this. But really you can start with 30 30. So read for 30 minutes a day, do it for 30 days consistently, and if you miss a day, start again. All right, so if you're only 14 days in, you want to start again. Do this again because you want to subconsciously program the mind that you are growing, that you're embodying new ideas, you're improving yourself, you're doing the internal work, and this is going to help you tremendously. So leaders are readers. Being readers is very, very important, but more importantly, pick out 3 to 5 things from a book that you're going to take action on. This is what changed my life. All these books I've just shared you right now are no good if you don't take the action steps. Right? I started to highlight what are the action steps that I want to take. So what fear I'm going to face, what I'm going to go out there and do in the world, what am I going to start, what business I want to start, how I'm going to talk to people, how I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to stop thinking this way. We have to start taking action on our personal development. Take action on what you're learning. That's when these books will, you'll maximize these books. So that's the key thing here is read, learn, act, and going out there and teach and impact other people, those that are around you, because the more you grow, the more everything around you will start to grow. That's the most important thing is. All right, so I'd like to always finish off my video saying that everything is now. Go and take those action steps.